Today we're going to create a cover for our picture book. We're going to notice that with this background image, it's going to transition from black and white to color. The title is going to have a gradient overlay, and we're going to apply a black gradient in the lower right hand corner so that this text has some contrast with the background. Now first we're going to look at this. How did I create this effect, this sort of transition from black and white to color? It's actually pretty easy. We're going to use it here and there throughout the course of this semester. What we need to do first, however, is find our photo. Here we go. I'm going to then, and please pay attention, click and drag this background layer to the new layer tab. And when we do that, we have two copies. I'm going to unlock the background layer. I'm going to press OK. On the top, I'm going to press Control M. And it's not going. I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and then Curves. I'm going to increase the color so it's significantly more bright than it was initially. And I know if I click this eye, I can see how it was before. So here's the original. Here's the more vibrant version. I'm going to deselect. I'm going to make the top version invisible. I'm going to now press Ctrl-Shift-U to desaturate, Ctrl-L, and now I'm going to make the lights lighter, the darks darker. And what I'm really looking at is the right side of the image. So I'm going to play around with the midtones, and that looks pretty good right there. So I'm going to return to the top layer. I'm going to switch to the rectangular marquee tool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play with the feather. I'm going to switch it from 0 pixels to 88. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you the significance of this. So right now it's at 0. If I'm on the top layer, the colored layer, and I create a selection using the marquee at 0 pixels and I press delete, we can see that it's very stark. What we're going to do is deselect. I'm going to once again use the marquee tool. I'm going to pull it like so. Oops. But first I'm going to change this to 88 pixels. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to press delete. And so now what we see is that it's a softer edge. It's not nearly as stark as it was before. I'm going to press Control-A, and then instead of Control-C, I'm going to press Control-Shift-C, and what that does is that selects all layers. I'm going to open up the blank image. Here we've got our blank template. I'm going to press Control-V to paste it in, and there we see it. I'm going to press Control-T. I'm going to make it proportional by clicking what we call the paperclip, and reduce the size a little bit more. Okay, and you know what? That's fine. I'm going to press check. That looks pretty cool. Next, we're going to call this book, we're going to call it Market Colors, because all of the images have been photographed inside one store or another. So I can see that right now the font, of course, is white. I'm going to change it to red just so we can see where we're at for a second. What I'm going to do is go to Layer, Layer Style, Gradient Overlay. I'm going to switch it to this option, and then you can play around with the various kinds of styles. There's radial. I really like angle. I think that looks pretty cool right there. So I'm going to press OK. I'm going to next add stroke. I'm going to add a white stroke and reduce the pixels to 2. And finally, I'm going to add just one more layer style. Layer style, and then drop. Actually, we're going to do outer glow. We'll do outer glow. You'll notice that the default is on screen. I'm going to change it to normal, and then from yellow to black. And it's going to look a little something like this. Not bad. Next, I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to go to Gradient, and I'm going to change it from this rainbow option To the second one from the top left, it says foreground to transparent. When we do that, it goes from black to whatever the color is, or whatever the image is behind it. So I'm just going to do a little bit. And you'll notice that I'm doing it in a separate layer because if I don't like it, I can easily delete it. But I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to write this text. You guys are the authors, so you guys are the authors and creators. This is a picture book by graphic design students at the Academy of Urban Planning. I'm going to include this text in an email so you can simply copy and paste it in. You guys are doing great work this week. Keep it up.